That's Shia up there. Say hey to Shia.
Say hey, Sia.
Hey, Sia.
How are you?
How are you?
Great.
Awesome. So you ready to hear
Therefore,
your
you should
mom
be
talk about
sleepy.
some music?
Of course.
Of course.
Yes. I'm excited. Let's go, y'all. So we got the baby on, so we want to really represent and make sure these babies see us doing something really positive and give it back.
Yes.
And one of the ways we
She
do that
knows that
is
she
the
ain't gonna. You
independent
can't
artist
help but to
channel
sleep.
because there's a lot of artists out there that are up and coming. They're learning. They're trying to gain their footing in the industry. And it's one thing to be a creative, but you also have to know the business. Very important, right?
Right.
So we're gonna
Right.
throw out some topics today. We're not gonna stay on them too long because we have our next segment coming up, and y'all gotta tune in for that because this young lady is dynamic. She has her own business and she helps people with their credit.
That's great.
Because Lord knows, everybody knows credit is king, right?
Yes,
And you
it
need to have
is.
good credit if you want to do anything. So, but the independent artist panel, I love doing this segment. We did it on the 30th episode. It was a hit. It was a smash because we had awesome topics that we were discussing and everybody brought their A game. So here we go, right? So the first question is the refusal of using social media is going to hinder you as an artist. True or false?
You
It's
want to take that one first?
it. Oh, what? Oh, but whichever one, however you want to go.
Take that one. Go
All
ahead.
right. It's nowadays. It's very. It's important. You can do it without because the people that paved the way for us did it without. Like the people that's that actual groundwork. Like social media just helps you expand to a larger audience of people. Like how I met B&A Allen. All you did was
Mhm.
type up New Orleans female rapper. And you way from Philly. Me being from New Orleans with no social media, I would have never, it would have been by chance. I'd have had to either go to Philly or, he would have had to been down here. But it's
Mhm.
definitely like, it's definitely, it's a, it makes the difference. It makes the difference. It makes the difference a lot. But can you do it without it? Yeah. Is it like that push, like that cheat code? Absolutely.
Uh-oh. It looked like Trevo got a lot to say. He is
Yeah,
like,
he do. Look
he
at his
Oh
face.
is
He like,
glowing
but
over
let me
because
go
he's
ahead.
like,
Hold my
wait
girl.
a
Let me say what
minute.
I got to say.
Wait a minute. What you got to say,
Y'all
Trevo?
always.
Because I see your face and I
I
know
about to
that
say he was
face.
holding the toothpick and everything. He ready to say
Why y'all got to accuse me of stuff?
it. It's just how you looking. You like, I hear what you saying, but let me get this off my chest real quick.
All
Yes.
right. So I was gonna say, I believe it's mandatory. And nowadays, I think it's mandatory because, like, with this social media, we can reach different countries, and I'd even ever been there before.
Right.
So it's kind of mandatory now. If you wanna, now it depends on what audience you got too, because everybody got a different audience. But if you trying to reach an international or a broader audience, I would say use whatever social media platform works best for you to your highest advantage.
Yeah.
Preferably TikTok, if anything, because that's what they're looking at now.
Yeah, because you gave me some TikTok pointers. I was coming to you. I was like, "What? How you do this? Teach me this algorithm. Learn me something. I don't know how to get this shit going. I don't know."
Oh yeah, me and Femi had TikTok day.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
y'all
telling you,
did? Oh.
he was giving me the game, and I was doing it, and it wound up like getting one of my poster like 10K. Now I think I'm at like 12.5K, and it's just like I learned it with Instagram, and then one of my Instagram reels got me like 23,000 views, and I was like, okay, shit, good looking out. He know them numbers. Somebody probably know how to gamble. Like shit. Somebody know how to gamble. Somebody be making them numbers in the casino, cause I suck at that shit. I suck at it. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm gonna say this, y'all. when it comes to social media, as it relates to artists and artistry and getting yourself out there when you promote yourself, I'm with Trevo when he said it's mandatory. This day and age, you have to have some form of social media platform that you are putting yourself on. Because, like I said earlier, social media is the way, and content is currency. You're making money off of what you post. If you get enough likes and views and comments, it gets to a point where people can actually monetize, make money off of social media. So,
Yes,
and then as
indeed.
artists too, I feel it hinders you when you say I'm not really a social media person. I don't like to be on social media and everything like that. Well, I will say this: if you're a person that don't like checking in on your social media often, get to a point where you're making enough money that you could pay someone to handle all of that and manage all of that. You get what I'm saying?
Agreed.
Because you don't want to be one of those artists that
Yes,
don't
who
have a
did?
social media platform and you know people are like, okay, why are you not on Instagram, why are you not on this, why are you not on, it's not like they're,
I'm
how can I
sorry.
say this,
Yes.
girl, if you don't mute
I'm sorry. She threw my bag of chicken
this,
away.
this this show is gonna be on the network and you up here yelling at your kids on the network. What's
No,
wrong with you,
so I
girl?
bought some chicken and she ate her piece and then threw mine in the trash. She was a whole piece of chicken. She just
See,
threw it
you know
away.
that's that Pearl May shit. That's that Pearl
Yeah,
May shit.
yeah. She got old timers. She's doggone forgot. I'm sorry. I don't yell at my kids. Don't yell at your kids nowadays. Don't yell at your kids. Don't get in trouble. Yell at your kids. Don't yell at them.
Well, if you want to yell at her, just mute. So,
Yeah,
so the audience.
I couldn't even contain. I'm like, go get my bag of chicken. She just threw the damn chicken away. The big piece too.
Oh
But like I
Lord.
said, I feel that you must have some type of social media platform, and if you're not going to be the one to check in on that, get to a point where you hire someone to do all that for you. What's up, Carson, California? Thank you for joining Think Different TV. What's up, Black China? Yeah, it's like I'm telling. I feel really strongly about that because I actually we had a guest in the past, an artist who was like, I don't do all this social media stuff, and it's like, how can you not? Especially with the pandemic, that was the only way people was really getting stuff
Yeah,
done through
yeah.
Man,
social
that's how I got
media.
hot. That's how I got
That's how
hot.
I got my food business jumping.
You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah, other than artistry, anything that you're doing in your business and everything like that, it really helps to have a social media platform. And then we're gonna go on to the next question. What's up, Azar King 3? Thank you for joining Think Different TV. The next question: independent versus being signed. The advantages and disadvantages. What's
Ooh.
I'm
up,
gonna let you go
Cosmo?
first. He said, "Ooh."
I. Alright. Advantages. You're gonna end up with an advance. So now you get to do certain things that you've been wanting to do on a bigger scale. But also remember, you owe that advance back times three, whatever they give you. They want it back times three, no matter what. Advantages, you get a much larger platform from the jump. You don't have to worry about certain things. Independent, you got to fund it yourself. That's one thing about being independent. A lot of people don't mention. It's kind of spoken for itself, but they don't really analyze it. That you got to fund. Sometimes you got to fund your touring, your marketing, the production of music, the distribute. You got to fund all that.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends on what you're trying to do and what level you're trying to hit and how quick you're trying to get there. If you want to go signed versus independent, like there's nothing wrong with either one. So I say anybody, if a label came to you and said it's gonna sign you today, get you a nice lawyer or somebody you trust to look over that paperwork and see if it works for you, because it might be what's for you, because you can go independent later if you want, or vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
because when you get the leverage from being independent, like with Russ, he released all that music that people seen, right? I don't know how many albums, over 100 and something albums, such and such X amount singles. Like he took all that to a label and he was able to match their advanced salaries. So he had leverage when he made his deal. He was able to speak. You always want to walk in with leverage in these situations. You don't want to walk in with your hand out because now you got to get what they give you.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yep. How you feel, Kim?
I agree. I agree with it. I agree with everything because it's a downside to both. There's pros and cons to both of them. But it's really like get you a lawyer. That's like with Glorilla. When we seen when she got
Mm.
signed, she was on the plane.
Mm.
Good
Her
example.
daddy signed her. No, you have to back up. She
Yeah.
she had friends with her, and not a lawyer, but at the same time, you know everything is for show. You never know if she had a lawyer, and they just was doing that, you know, just like
Mm-hmm.
we gonna come in with the friends and you sign, and because it already seemed like it was kind of set up
Right. This
to
shit is
be
one
that
big
way.
movie.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things that we see, like that starts off conversations, it'll be skits and like little things that people are acting out. So it's like you never know because there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes and they'll do things for a front. But, a lot of people are talking like, where is your lawyer? You got your friends around and everybody's not your friend. Some people might be counting your pockets. Lawyer,
Mm.
like
That's
people
hard.
that sign you might not even might. They already counting your pockets because they want to see how much money they can make off you. And you never know if you're
Yep.
not paying attention to that fine print in terms and conditions. You might sign yourself up for something bad. That's like Young Boy. You signed a contract and you only got like 1 point
Oh,
some $1 million for the money that you making being NBA Young Boy. You
they
cheated
milking
yourself.
that boy, man. They
Yeah.
Yeah,
getting
you
all they can
cheated
get.
yourself.
Yeah.
So it's like just if it's some big words you don't understand, get you somebody that understand them big words, or
Facts.
do your research
That's
on them
true.
yourself. But independence that word speaks for itself, but that's triple the work.
Mm-hmm.
But all of it's a learning process. All of it's a learning process. Everything because it's like 10% music, the other percentage is business. So you
Yep.
gotta
Yeah, I
learn the
heard that, people.
business. Go ahead.
And even 10% is being generous.
Right.
Yeah, that's being
Right.
generous. I would say this: when it comes to being independent versus being signed, it is true what she would say. You have to really determine what kind of artist you want to be.
Right.
Do you want to be that artist that is in full control of everything?
Mm-hmm.
If that's the case, you might want to be independent.
Mm-hmm.
If
Right.
you are an artist who just want to focus on being an artist and don't really want to focus on that business stuff,
Mm-hmm. That's a lot of sound.
it might be better to be signed because then they can kind of take care of that. Or you could be independent and do that and just put people in place to handle all that stuff for you.
Right.
Um, I see that there's a lot of benefits on both sides. I see there's a lot of disadvantages on both sides. Sometimes when it comes to a label nowadays, labels require so much of you. Not just being talented, but you already have to have a following. You already have to have some type of buzz going. So you pretty much have to be independent in making moves before a label can even look at you and say, I want to sign you. Unless you got connections on, on the inside, like, you have a cousin or, or your mom is already in the industry and you have an
Right.
in. If you have an in, then you might not have to put in all that legwork. They just go off that person's name and help your name along. But for someone like me who's just regular from North Philly, you know what I'm saying? And I don't really have connections like that. I'm gonna have to put in the time and the effort and be independent first, and then if once I get a buzz, that's when a lot of record companies like to jump on the bandwagon. They like to hop on and all of a sudden, oh yeah, this is our artist and blah 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 blah. I was like, where was you the
Yeah,
first 10 years I was
that
doing this? Like,
that's kind of what they got going on now. They don't have they don't really do artist development anymore in the
Because it's about
majors.
control.
Yeah, they want you to come ready. Like they want you to come with your fan base, come with the crowd, come with your concerts, and they're
Right.
gonna do it for you. But also to add to it, there's no guarantee that you're gonna hit on a major being signed or independent. Like
Right.
it's really timing and effort.
It's gamble. It's a
mm-hmm,
gamble.
You might get signed and you might not hit.
Right.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You might get $1 million, $3 million pushed behind you, and you still don't bang. You might
Yep.
be independent and get lucky, and you might find the right DJ or the right producer or
Mm-hmm.
such and such, and you ship it to them, and you be like, "Dang, I did that independent." Versus, it's a lot of artists going through that nowadays that were
Mm-hmm.
signed back in the day. They're
Right.
so shocked by what our generation is doing
Mm-hmm.
that they're, instead of getting upset, a lot of them are copying, and it's great because now we get to pass it to the next ones, so they get
Right.
to be even better.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a question.
What do you have a question
What y'all
about?
what y'all think about this virtual artist?
Oh, the
Oh,
FM Mecca.
yeah,
Yeah,
we
they
talked about
dropped.
that last week. I kind of touched on it. I think when it comes down to it, virtual will never be the real thing. I I can't see, and the person that was behind the voice and the personality of F and Mecca actually spoke out. His name is Kyle the Hooligan. And he was talking about how after he lent his voice and his creativity and everything to this virtual person, they cut him off. They essentially said, like, kick rocks, dude, because we got what
Yeah,
we
that's what
wanted.
that's what I was just told. Like that he was dropped.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
booted him.
That's crazy, but that speaks volumes on the control. Like they have people out here with real raw talent that need to feed their families.
Mm-hmm.
That's in situations that might be doing this as artistry, kind of like how Prince was. You was a janitor. You was using that money to be able to become an artist. Like you were a janitor. They got people that have been homeless. There are people that
Mm-hmm.
have been actually struggling with their kids. So like in real situations that deserve the income that's gonna be coming in from that musical stardom, and it just shows the control. I'm sorry,
Well,
I'm laughing at her. She's talking about some $1
I
million.
was
She
speaking
was
of
insane.
Big Exclusive. Shout out to Big Exclusive. That's the person whose network I'm going to be on soon. I was talking to him about the virtual world, about this virtual artist, and I don't like how they brought it to the real world and had this thing actually signed. But he did bring up a good point. Y'all remember the movie Ready Player One?
Mm-mm. That I
Mm-mm.
don't.
Okay, so it was actually a really good movie, but it was about how it's people that they have these things on, like their virtual reality guests. They have them almost all the time. They literally live in a virtual world.
All day.
It's like an all day thing. You can live in a real world if you want to. You take it off. You live in your real
What
world, or whatever. But in the
what
real
year was
world,
this movie made?
um, oof, when was that movie made? I'll look it up later. But it was like in the
Cause
two.
I think I seen something like that, but it was like an older movie, and this man had glasses. White man, he had glasses on, and it's like certain stuff will pop. He'll look at the billboard, and they'll have like a different. Oh, see, okay, so 2018 is when this movie. I've never heard of this movie.
I need to see
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, it was actually a really dope movie, but it was an interesting concept because what if people get so tired of living in their reality and get so tired of dealing with the fact that they don't have enough money and they're struggling and everything like that? They have enough money to buy these virtual reality goggles and they put it on and they're the most popular person
Hold on. You
in
said what if?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
mean,
they
Because
got it right now.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
called the
they got it
metaverse.
right now.
so having Ethan Mecca be an artist in that space, I can see it happening. What's up,
They
Nicole? Thank you for doing Think
they
Different
ran the
TV.
test on us
Nola
now.
Boy, Rick
That's
Spit,
like Black Mirror.
Mania from Monroe. That everybody joined in. King Primetime from Prime Nostalgia Podcast, Robert Barney, Gabby So Childish. This is people coming in as we was talking. I didn't even realize.
Oh, I know
You know they
Gabby.
ran
Hey,
that test on
Gabby.
us before though, right?
They ran a test on
When
us
they
before.
when they did the whole metaverse thing and they started having artists throw concerts there and had people buy virtual tickets
Yes.
and they already ran the test. So not this was second part. It failed because they wanted to fail. Now they're gonna come back and try it again. Watch how they come back harder.
Hmm.
Yep. So
It's gonna
Yeah,
be
that's
like,
the
oh, you
just
thing.
like a
talking
Like
video
about
we
that
game.
talking
one
about,
where they
like
had
the
that?
virtual. What happened, Phil?
No, I was saying that's what the one where they had that big deal with the girl where it was all like they got you got to have like a virtual bubble type of thing because they had like 6 dudes that assaulted
Yeah,
her, like
she claimed
gang.
rape in the metaverse and
Yeah,
charged
Oh
them
like
yeah.
they
guys.
gang raped her in the metaverse.
She charged them. They got real charged in real life.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
I didn't know that either. I heard
They got in
about
I
it,
trouble.
knew
but I
that.
didn't know it was like
Yeah, I didn't know
charges.
that.
Because the video game, that shit is why I used to be on the PlayStation and on the headset. If
Oh,
you
like
say certain
Roblox.
things, it set them off. They'll take your privileges away. Like they tapped in.
Oh, so it was Roblox that they was doing it on, and that's a child's game. So they gang raped her on Roblox, and yeah. So now they got the register.
Some kid did
Oh Lord.
5 for popping shit on Call of Duty. I watched it on YouTube. He did five
Somebody say
years in
what?
the feds. 5 years in the feds for threatening to blow something up on Call of Duty. And he said he was talking,
Oh Lord.
he was joking about the game
On
and
Call of Duty, but Call of Duty.
he was back and forth with somebody though.
Oh.
And it
Wow.
came across as a threat, and that's when you sign the terms and agreement to these video games, they're federal agreements, just like with the cell phones. So that's why they be
Wow.
jamming people up.
So it's like
Wow.
terroristic threat type stuff.
Yep, exactly. So you
That's
did
crazy.
5 behind that. He was like 18.
Should Kara says should she take her daughter off of Roblox? Um, I mean, I don't think it's. I would say just monitor closely
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
it's a lot of people. It's a lot of people on here. It's not just kids on here. It's not just kids
Yeah.
on there. It be grown men, grown women, pedophiles on there looking
right.
to hook
Right.
up with
That's
kids.
like YouTube. They had
Yeah.
some with YouTube. I took my baby. I was like, no, 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 because they, like kids will watch videos of other kids playing with toys to get like a storyline to play with their toys. I'm looking
Mhm.
at it's like Barbie and Ken and other like Princess Jasmine and all of them and Spider Man
Hmm.
and Barbie sitting at the pool in her bikini and Spider Man came pull her bikini top string and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? This supposed to
Yeah.
be some kid shit. Why is people like that's crazy? That's crazy. Yeah.
Hey, my
Yeah.
nephew said it was some thing he was watching. It was a video. My sister caught it though. It told him to go put pennies in the wall socket.
Trying to
Go
electrocute
put
the
what?
child. Jesus. Told the child.
Pennies,
So he said, yeah,
copper
told the child to
pennies.
put pennies in the outlet.
And you know when copper hit the copper wires in there, it's an instant shot.
Right.
Stupid. Stupid,
Yeah,
stupid,
and
stupid.
they do stuff like that on TikTok too, talking about try this and try that. They're gonna get somebody child killed like that, and that's the
I
goal,
tell
like
you.
somebody hurt. It's like that's
All right,
crazy.
y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. We gotta move it along because it's getting kind of hectic. Um, But I love what y'all brought to the table so far. Um, Number three, intellectual property. Is it protected if posted on social media? So you know how people just get, they just do stuff all willy nilly, and you know how we do the duet on TikTok, and well, I do duets on TikTok, and sometimes people they would have their beats or whatever, and then I would go on there and I would make it something, I would record it or whatever. Like, is that intellectual property protected? I know that it's not. It's not until you have that legit paperwork done. But a lot of people feel like it is protected because as long as you have your stuff date stamped when you first did it and all that stuff, they believe that it's protected. So what do y'all think?
You go ahead.
What's up, Super Cat? What's up, Vibe TV? People joining it.
Let's see. Is it protected? I don't know. I'm gonna let Fatal go first on this one. I gotta think
It's
on
a
that one.
loophole.
That's a hard one.
It's a
I gotta
loophole
really
to everything.
think about
Like,
that.
everything got a loophole, so everything is not like as safe and as secure as as people try to make things out to be. There's always a loophole to something where you could sneak your way into doing things where it's like, well, this said this, and it's like, but it didn't say that. So it's like it's a loophole to everything, and it can be protected or just seem like it's protected or seem like it's safe, but it's not as secure as you think it is,
Now,
and it's like they'll just
that's what I was gonna get at. That
what.
part. All right.
What?
So it might be protected, but if it's done over these people platforms, isn't it owned by them,
Right.
audio wise, or not?
It
Yeah.
is.
I mean,
Because if you notice,
once you
if
burn it,
you do something on TikTok, it can strip your audio away.
yeah,
Right.
it does a
So
lot.
I see.
there you go.
Hmm.
Yep.
Something we need to dive more into. I'm willing to look into it and see if that's a way you can protect it on social media. But you have a point, Trevo. If you do it on TikTok or you do it on Instagram, it becomes their property.
Right.
Because you
You
did
know.
sign an agreement giving them control of certain things when you signed up.
Yep.
And we so
So,
used to just trying to get the terms and agreements for over where we click it. Like
South
whatever.
Yep.
Park episode.
Don't even
We just click it.
don't
Just get it
even
out the
read
way. Yeah,
nothing.
blah blah blah. Terms and
See, look, Vipe
click
said it.
accept.
Vipe said it himself.
What he say? What did I
Unless
miss?
you got the ISRC code attached to your work of art, right? That's why he don't do TikTok.
Oh, he actually requested to join. Let's see if he can come on in. Let's hope. Let's see if he
Put
can
that.
come. We've been having crazy things happen with our sound and everything. What's up, Vibe TV?
Hola.
How
What's
are
happening?
you?
Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Chilla,
Great,
chilla.
Good.
great. So how do you said something about IRC codes. You want to break that down for everybody?
Well, I mean, let me just say this, right? Even with visual arts rights form, like a VA form on your likeness, you should always do that before you post anything on social media and also put a watermark on it. And like, see, we're going live. Since we're going live, they own all that what we're saying. But if it was
Mm.
pre-recorded and all the metadata was our metadata, they can't
Right.
change our metadata. So that's why you protect everything before you put it in the digital diaspora, and also the metaverse.
Correct.
Don't do don't do it. That's why I tell everybody before you put a picture up, make sure you have the metadata right, and that you have a watermark on it, and
Mm.
own and control what you say out of your mouth. That's why my money comes with instructions.
Yeah.
I love your shirt.
That's hard.
All right, y'all. I got one last question. All right. Y'all already know it's Michael Jackson's birthday, so I'm gonna ask this question. We're gonna put this to rest. MJ, Chris Brown. Everybody, I don't know why, but like the people of this generation is like, Chris Brown is the closest thing we're gonna get to MJ. He's just like MJ, and it's like they're completely lying to
What's the
me.
problem? I mean,
Mm.
Chris Brown, he's the entertainer, and you got Michael's gone, right? And you have to have somebody to carry that legacy. It's all entertainment. We can't hate on each other, but we can support one another because before Michael Jackson, the James Brown,
Mm.
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Before James Brown, it was a Harry Belafonte. It was a lot of people. So
Right.
everybody has their own era.
Uh-uh.
That's
You know what I mean?
true.
Uh-uh.
That's
Uh-uh.
true. How you feel about that, Trevo?
I'm a double that what he said. I mean, things got to move on.
Right.
It's the same thing like with sports. They don't like the comparison of the Jordan to the Michael to the Kobe to LeBron, but wait, we can't just stop at them. It's
No,
gonna keep going.
you guys
Mm-hmm.
keep going.
So after Chris, it's gonna be somebody else. I don't know who. But
Yeah, but you know what? They all in the industry. They always have people in development years before we even hear them coming out. They're in
right.
they're in development right now when they're 13, 14, and 15, and then they already have the stuff is already produced. That's why when you always hear these producers after a certain amount of time, like you never thought Teddy Riley would be played out. He is. You
Mm.
never thought Smokey Robinson would be played out. You never thought Quincy Jones would be played out. This is all pre-set. It's just like gentrification. They had these plans 20 years ago. Who's going to be the next megastar? And there's no major black stars anymore except Jay and Beyonce. Who?
Mm-hmm.
Who's a megastar now? Who?
Mm.
Nobody really.
They're
Nobody
dead.
really.
I mean,
Yeah.
you got Patti LaBelle left, right? And you might have
Right.
what's her name, Gladys Knight.
Mm.
I'm using my mama as
Mm.
Yeah. That's true. That's
That's a
true.
good one
I
though.
would I would just say let's just say that Chris Brown is not the next Michael Jackson. Let's just say that he is Chris Brown.
Right.
That's,
He's in
Right.
the
that's how
lane.
I
He's in
feel.
the
Like
lane.
Yeah,
let
he's his
Michael
own for
Jackson
sure.
be who he was, and let Chris Brown be who he is. You
Right.
know,
Because Chris Brown
um,
is very much
to
so Michael
compare the
Jackson
two,
influenced though.
yeah, there are similarities, but stop trying to say one is like I've seen people actually argue that one is better than the other. No, I just think that Michael Jackson had his time here on earth. He did his thing. Chris Brown is still working to get to that
I mean,
level. I
the thing
totally
of it is,
agree.
we can all relate to Chris Brown. We can all relate to Chris Brown. You know what I mean? Michael Jackson was very, very private, very, very mysterious. He was put on a pedestal as a child. Chris Brown, I think he could bust it up with any of us in the club with no security, no nothing, and we have a good time with that brother. You know what I mean?
You right.
Dig
Chris
You
Brown
Serious.
is
right.
very much so Michael Jackson influenced a lot of you can't talk about music without talking about Michael Jackson.
Right. Or he
Not
was
even rap music nowadays. You can't talk about music without talking about Michael Jackson.
right.
Michael Jackson will be Michael Jackson. He was Michael Jackson in his life. He's Michael Jackson in his death. A lot like Chris Brown is very much so Michael Jackson influence. That's just like Usher. Usher
But
was compared to
right,
Michael Jackson. He's
right,
very much
right,
so Michael Jackson influence,
right.
it. You
but
But
this
right.
is Usher and
my
that's
thing,
Michael
Chris,
Jackson.
as long as he
Mm-hmm.
doesn't be self-destructive, like what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
behave. So we want him to be around.
Right,
We want
Mm-hmm.
all the suits and all the other crazy shit. We want him to still be around so we can enjoy.
right.
Shit, girl, why don't you still R. Kelly and shit? That's a stronger topic because you can book anybody that can't read and write. Shit.
Hey, so we
That's what's been floating around right now, and it's Michael Jackson's birthday. So I decided to say that. Let me read the comments real quick. Philly Czar said, "What's up, peace, brothers?" To you, Vite. We had some people join in. Gregory Riles, X Lowen. It's a lot of people that done joined in, but
they coming
Philly
in.
Czar,
Yeah,
yeah,
as they
Philly Czar. He said they are two different types of people, both great in their eras.
But you
correct.
know who else, to me, in my opinion, is Michael Jackson influenced as far as like being an entertainer? And people might agree, people might not. Beyonce.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
you got to talk about Michael Jackson's business practices. His
Right.
business practices. He was vicious.
That
Yeah,
boy
very
own.
much
He
so
own. He
vicious.
own Sony. Majority of
Yeah,
Sony.
you talk
Yep.
about they get billion.
Yeah.
He late with that. Michael Ben
I'm
had
done with my
Yeah.
medicine.
Ben. Since
Mhm.
Ben.
Ben. Yeah, he late with that. Michael
Right.
Ben.
Yeah, I'm done with my
Hmm.
medicine.
You know.
So,
So
guys,
Michael
I
Jackson
thank you
top
so much
5 influencers.
for joining my TED Talk today.
And vegan.
Because we're running up on time. This has been the Independent Artist Panel. Shout out to Fatal
Hi.
Laveau. Shout out
Here with
to
my
the Real
princess
Triple
pet.
And shout out
Look,
to our
she's
special
here with my
guest tonight,
princess
Vite
pet.
TV. Join us
Yeah.
here on Think
Traxton.
Different TV.
What's up,
Talk about
Traxton
a
Trax?
few of the music industry
Skull
topics.
Pearl, babe.
The panel will be back on the 40th episode of Think
What's
Different
up,
TV. I'm so
Traxton
excited
Trax?
because we're almost at
What's up,
50
Traxton
episodes.
Trax?
Ain't that crazy?
That's what I'm
I
So,
talking
know.
about.
Hey, what's up, Traxton
and
Trax?
hopefully we'll have 50 more, right? So let's I want to see some clap emojis in the comments for our panel today. Awesome show so far. If I do say so myself. But we have to bring up this awesome young lady who has her own business. She's an amazing mother of two. She got it going on. So I want to say thank you to the panel. Once again, the Muslim rap assassin, Real Fatal Laveau. We got the South Carolina Cooner. It's like, South Carolina Killer. Chief Fire.
Chivo,
Black
aka Traxton.
TV. Very important
I
person
can't
of the
deal.
day
Hi.
up here on Think Different TV. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. And I will see
And
you
my
again
cameo
soon.
guest
Appreciate you too.
wants to say good night, everybody.
Good
Good
night,
night, loved one.
everybody.
Hey, beautiful.
Night
Bye.
night Pearl, May.
Yeah, night
Bye,
night Pearl May.
Bye, Traxton.
Good
Check.
night.
That kills me. She called him Traxton. I don't know why. She just re-gave this man a whole new rap name. It was Trax. She said Traxton Trax.
Track.
That's a
All right,
producer name
y'all.
now.
Have a great night, but stay on and stay tuned because I'm telling you, this person is amazing, and I want y'all to hear about her business. So I
And
will talk
thank
to
you
you
for
all again
having
very.
us too.
Oh, absolutely! You know, y'all always welcome. Trevo, he don't got no choice. He got no choice.
I be
He
getting
locked in
kidnapped.
for life, honey. The only way up the family is to death. You know, like.
Do it again. Do it again.
All right, y'all. Have a great
Do it
All
night.
again.
right.
Do it
Good
again.
night.
Good
All
night.
right.
Good night.
Bye.
Push the button.
Help me.
All right, y'all. That was the independent artist panel. We touched on some topics tonight. But listen, I think y'all once again, y'all could be anywhere on a Monday night and y'all choose to rock out with me. And I appreciate y'all so much. This is Think Different TV. It's every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on IG, soon to be on a network. That's what I'm talking about. Whoop, 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 whoop. Hosted by your girl LaShia, right here. And Think Different TV could not be made possible without viewers like you. And our sponsors. So we're going to jump into our sponsors. Our sponsors are Anointed Ads. Anointed Ads is an award-winning graphic design and website company over 14 years in the making, over 100 websites created. including his own www.anointedads.com. You can also find Anointed Ads right here on IG and on Facebook at Anointed Ads. That's ANOINTEDADS. That's ANOINTEDADS. All right. He has created the flyer for Think Different TV. He's also created the logo for our beautiful merch, which could be found at www.thinkdifferenttv.biz. I almost blanked, y'all. Let's try that again. You can find my merch for Think Different TV at www.thinkdifferenttv.biz. Listen, he's also creating the website for Think Different TV as we speak. So when you're ready to get your flyer created for your business or your event or get your website created, make sure you hit up Phil of Anointed Ads at 609-534-0237. That's 609-534-0237. And when you mention Think Different TV, you get 15% off of your first project. All right? Anointed Ads is one of our great sponsors, and so is Euphoria Water. Euphoria Water is the cleanest, healthiest water in Philly, alkaline with minerals, no additives, no chemicals. It is good and good for you. Listen, when you're ready to hydrate, make sure you hydrate the right way. Get your Euphoria Water today. All right, honey? You can hit up Euphoria Water right here on IG under Euphoria Water. That's UPHORIAWATER. That's UPHORIAWATER. And if you live in the Philadelphia area and you want Euphoria Water delivered to your home, you can call up Captain of Euphoria Water at 267-707-8279. That's 267-707-8279. All right, those are our sponsors for Think Different TV. Clap it up for the sponsors. All right, y'all. So before I even bring this young lady in, I can't do it without giving her a proper introduction. Okay, so I was part of a credit, well, I'm still part of a credit restoration repair business called Ultimate Wealth Educators. And the young lady who was my mentor is named LaShia. However, she has a mentor. Her name is Inacia Bradshaw. And this young lady is amazing, on fire. She does so many great things, and I'm just going to jump right on into it. So, hold up now. She is the face behind the name, the brand, and the movement of Manifest More Consultant. She is a wife. She is a mother of two. She is an evangelist. All right. She's an entrepreneur. She's the CEO of Manifest More Consulting, and she is considered a guru in the area of credit. Listen, she does both personal and business credit. So all them business owners that need that business credit, hit this girl up. She used to live here in Philly. Now she resides in North Kakalaki. So she's closer to Trevo now. So she's also an Amazon 7 times bestseller and a 3 times new release author. And she comes with collegiate education in law, contracts, and finances, and through the many degrees she has earned over time. Her life experience on the job and the training and education have led her to a mission to strengthen a person's desire for financial growth by being the voice of encouragement while facing problems together. So I wrote that, but I'm going to break it down for y'all. SheTheBomb.com. All right, SheTheBomb.com, and she helps people get their finances up and running and get it situated to a point. And she holds your hand through the entire process. She makes sure you get done what you need to get done. She does not mince words. Listen, but here's the thing. She's going to hold your hand, but you got to put in the work too. You can't just say you want to repair your credit and you want to do all this stuff, but then you don't put in the work to do it. All right. And that's the thing that I find, that people are so like, I want this. I want to have good credit. I want to get loans. I want to start my business. I want to do all this stuff. But they're not even actively putting in the work to make sure that they're able to get this stuff done. There are steps. There's levels to this. Okay? You can't just say I want good credit, and good credit's gonna fall out the sky. You gotta put in the work, honey. All right? And a lot of people don't know how to put in the work. Because they be so quick to be like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, but then they don't put in the work. And that's sad, because you really want to help people sometimes. I found, and it even says, God helps those who help themselves. It's a model we should all just realize. Like, you can't help those who don't want to help themselves. You can't care more about a person's finances in their life than they do. Because you will care so much, but at the end of the day, it's up to them to make the decision to get on the good foot and do what they need to do in order to get out of the bind that they're in. And you can't just wave a magic wand over everything and hope that it's going to cure everything, because it's not. It's not. The thing that infuriates me sometimes with working in the financial world is that our community is very jaded about that subject. Like, they don't want to discuss it. They don't want to talk about it. They always talk about, oh, it ain't nobody business, how much this and how much I make and this, that, and the third. But if you get a financial coach, it is their business to know that, so they can know how much you bring in, how much is going out. How can they help you? People that get into the field of finances, and it's kind of like a nurse, but because they both care about people so much that they want to help them and help them with their health. But one helps with physical health and the other one helps with financial health. And a lot of people, they get to a point where they get so comfortable with coming up with ways to save money and just living within the means that they make, that they don't think there's anything else. And so they get stuck. They get stuck, and they say, I don't want to do all of that to get everything situated. Oh, my credit is not that great, but I got a car, I got a home, I don't really need credit like that, because they're planning on staying right where they are. People who have a desire to do more will do more. People who desire to be more will put themselves in the position to be more. People who desire to achieve more will put in the work to achieve more. And people who are content will just stay right where they are. They're comfortable. And being comfortable is the killer of success. Because people think that they're successful because they're now in a comfortable state. But really, are you ever truly comfortable if you're successful? When you're successful, you're always going to encounter things that's going to make you better. And that's going to improve what you already got going on. And you'll never really truly be comfortable. You'll never be content. Because you're always going to want more. And do I mean want more money? If that's your desire, yeah, but you might want more for your family. You might want to leave a legacy behind. You might want to do so much more. And that's why I think it's dope that she calls her consulting company Manifest More Consulting, because everything you speak, words hold a lot of power. All right. I might get a little deep, y'all. All right. Words hold a lot of power. So if you say you ain't never going to be, and you ain't going to achieve, that's out in the universe. And you might end up living up to what you prophesized, right? But when you manifest more and you say, I want to earn 7 figures, I want a year, I want to create create something bigger than myself, I want to be that person in my family that breaks those generational curses and creates generational wealth within my family. I want to be the one that, has all of my debt paid off. All of my debt paid off. I don't got to worry about near nothing. All right. I want to be somebody that saves up enough that I don't have a need for life insurance, because when it's my time to leave this earth, my family can just grab the cash that I have on hand and do what they need to do. And there's a lot more left over that they could take care of whatever else needs to be taken care of. Like, that's why I like her consulting firm being Manifest More, because we need to get into a thing where we use our words to speak positively over ourselves, to do more, to feel more, feel that we're deserving of more. Because there's some people that feel like they are not deserving of more. And you are definitely deserving of more. Even if you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm not achieving my goals, I'm all over the place. Listen, sometimes you being scattered is what makes you you, and maybe being scattered is what's going to make you money. You never know. You might put up a TikTok where you leave your phone in the freezer. You're like, oh my gosh, like, where's my phone at? You all look for your phone, and then you find it in the freezer. And this is an awesome TikTok. But then what are you filming a TikTok on? Maybe your phone? I don't know. But just an idea. Listen, sometimes people be scared of brain. I know I'll be scared of brain. Sometimes I have a whole bunch of thoughts running through my head all at once. But guess what? It works. Somehow or another, I put something together. All right? Because eventually all my brain cells join and hold hands and sing Kumbaya. I don't know when it happens, but it happens. What's up, Dash Jones? What's up, Chris Bentley Official? What's up, Jafar? Thank you for joining us, Think Different TV. What's up, Jay? Thank you for joining in to Think Different TV. That Bull YD. Baldwin Alverline. Averline. Thank you for joining in to Think Different TV. It's a lot of people that came in. So like I said, she's probably, listen, it is late. She does have 2 children. School about to start, or probably already started. Yeah, definitely. If she down south, they already started. So she probably putting the kiddies to bed. But check out Enacia Bradshaw. I tagged her in the description. Make sure you check her out. Check out her consulting firm. She is about her business. She's about doing what's best for you. If you are her client and she's working with you, she's going to make sure that you have all the tools you need to be successful. Do not sleep on this young lady. She is getting it done. And like I said, she's a wife and a mother. And she finds time to help hundreds of people. She's helped hundreds of people. She's helped me. And she's really big about speaking life into whoever she's working with. Because sometimes you need more than somebody to sit down and be your financial coach. Sometimes you need a therapist of some sorts, because we have to know, how did you get to this point? What can we do differently going forward? And sometimes people just need a listening ear. You feel what I'm saying? So because she cares so much about about the people that she helps and what she does, she's not going to steer you wrong. So definitely check out Miss Bradshaw right here on IG. Like I said, I tagged her. Check out her consulting firm, Manifest More Consulting. She's really dope. She's ready to help. Sometimes you need help, and it's okay to need help. That don't mean you any less amazing. You still amazing. Amazing people need help all the time. All right? Some people they get so they get so full of themselves, or they just get so afraid. One it could be fear that they want to ask somebody for help. One could be shame because they're like, dang, like, how did I let myself get into this situation? And you don't want nobody looking at you all crazy, right? Ego. Some people ego be like, won't allow anybody to help them because they want to do everything all by themselves. They want to be the reason why they are successful. Because they want to be the ones to be like, oh, ain't nobody help me. I got to do it all by myself. But it's going to take you a lot longer to achieve that goal if you don't ask for help. You know, why not cut that time in half or even down to a fourth with help? So I'm using my financial tip. Oh! Here she is. I figured she was up there putting the kitties to bed. She's going to jump in real quick because, hello, beautiful. How are you?
Hello. I'm good. How are you?
I'm up here talking you up, and I'm glad you was able to get on. I was like, you know, she is a mother of two. She probably putting the kids to bed. They done started school. I'm like, oh, I'm trying to get her on a school night. You know, she had church yesterday. She ain't ain't have a break yet.
You know it. A woman wears many hats, so you know. And I got a new dog, so I'm a new dog mom. So it was a whole bunch of everything. I'm like, all right, time to, you know, really go to bed and do all these different things. So a lot going on in my household, but super, super excited to be on here with you and just have this moment and this time just to talk with you.
Yes, because I haven't spoken to you in a while. You know, I'm sorry, I fell off a little bit. But but I'm glad to see that you are still pushing forward. First of all, your glasses are fire. I'm just gonna put that out there. All right, always coming through with the fashion, honey. And
Thank you.
I want you to introduce yourself. You are on Think Different TV. Thank you so much for taking your time and spending it with me tonight. And I just want you to introduce yourself to the people, let them know who you are and what you do to help the community.
Absolutely, absolutely. So one thing for sure is that I help people think different. I am Enasia Bradshaw, known as the credit professor, and we do everything. So the name of my company, I'm the CEO and credit professor for Manifest More Consulting. And what we do is everything from personal credit to business credit to funding. We want to see it through and through, right? No one wants a good credit score personally or business-wise if you don't know how to leverage, if you can't get the money and the capital you need for what you want, whether it's for a home or something to start or grow your business. So in a nutshell, this is what we do. And what I do for the community is just educate. Right now, we're offering free credit consultations for business and personal, which is unheard of. Most people, when you even try to do a consultation for 30 minutes, are charging about $1,000 when it comes to business. We're literally spending 45 minutes to an hour with you for free to make sure that you are doing everything you need to do, asking you questions, understanding even what it means to have business credit. A lot of us, we barely know what personal credit is and how to do it, how to leverage it, and we're just like, whatever, until we get ourselves in these situations and we're like, uh-oh, they said something about my credit. What am I supposed to do from here? So now we get the opportunity to educate them and say, hey, you don't have to do it by yourself. Are we doing things that you can do on your own? Absolutely, right? We can change our own oil. We can do our own hair. We can cook our own meals. But every day we go out to say, you know what? Without thinking about it, let me hear somebody else do it. They're going to do it right. It's going to be better without any hiccups. spend less time, all these different things. I change the oil right now. I can probably watch a few YouTube videos and I'm probably going to mess something else up and then have to spend more money, fixing it. So it's the same thing when it comes to your credit and to building your business and doing all those things. And so I know I personally leveraged it with my own self, and then so many people after me. You talked this how me and you met. But for me, I went from Section 8 to commercial real estate because I had to start leveraging and figuring out, like, what's this thing with credit? Like, how is this all working? Because I go to these other companies and I'm not receiving the help. Many of my clients are like, I went to 3 or 4 other companies and didn't receive any results until I talked to you. And now I know how to maintain the credit. So when you talk about community, you talk about thinking different, that's literally what Manifest More Consulting is all about.
I'm so excited to have you on. Even Rashida is on right now and shit. What's up, Rashida?
Rashida.
We're trying to Think Different TV. So this is what I want to ask you, right? What do you think is the biggest thing holding the community back from getting that help that they need?
Oh, great question. And some of y'all may not want to tune in after I say this, but I'm going to be very honest. Take the filter off, all that good stuff, and just let you know it is what it is. It's usually the person. It's their mindset of thinking, I can't do better, right? For instance, there's people, it's stigma on Section 8 welfare, all these different things, and people be like, oh, I'd rather just stay on this, I got help, or people saying like, oh, I get an SSI check, so I can't do more. But actually, you can make more, do more. If you can starting your own business, if you can leverage multi-family homes as your first home, where someone else is paying your mortgage, you're not even paying rent. Like, most people don't even know that they can actually live a lifestyle where they're not paying rent, they're not paying for their mortgage, someone else is paying for it for them, but they're living where they want to live. You can choose the top floor, the bottom floor, the middle floor, whatever it is, and you're setting your family up, your children up, and everything else in that, right? Versus being like, well, I have to work a 9 to 5, maybe a 9 to 9, spend it on daycare fees, all these other things, and then end up still paying rent when you could have somebody paying your mortgage and then some. Not just paying your mortgage there, but if you decide to say, you know what, I actually want to move out of my multi-unit, multi-family, unit, and I actually want to move into my own home, own space. Well, guess what? You move out, somebody else is paying that rent there too, and that could be paying for that mortgage, and the other person be paying for that mortgage. And we're just talking about a duplex, let alone a triplex or a quadruple. It blows my mind at how many times we think we can't do it. Oh, well, my bad credit stopping. You can fix that, right? Oh, well, I don't know what I'm doing. Well, there's mentorship, coaching. It's free consultations out there that people still aren't taking advantage of. And they won't be real mad when it's not free no more. But I try to tell people all the time, take advantage. Stop sitting there. I got free ebooks literally on my website of how to build business credit, steps to build a better personal credit, right? But if you don't access the information that is readily available to you, then you're never going to change it. I don't care how much money, what better job you get or whatever, you're always going to lack the knowledge that you need because you refuse to get what's available to you, because we think sometimes free, we create value with how much is there, right? So if somebody's charging $10,000, oh yeah, that's where the value is. Nancy can be leading you straight until you find them on the news and you're like, oh, I shouldn't have been following that person. Absolutely. Stop looking at what's on Instagram. And a lot of my stuff, I don't post my lifestyle on Instagram because I'm not attracting you for what I have. Because you got to get your own. My mom used to tell me and my brother all the time, like when it came to our high school diplomas and everything like that, she said, I got mine, you have yours to get. So no matter what you see on Instagram, it was important for everybody else to understand you have yours to get. Yes, they have theirs, but how do you get yours?
Yep, absolutely. So what do you think is I'm loving this. I'm just letting you go. I'm like, let it go. What do you think is the things that lead to bad credit? Like what have you seen in your experience that has led people down that terrible road of bad credit?
The lack of knowledge. They don't know what it is and what's going on. They think, oh, if I pay all my bills on time, that's all I need to do. And a lot of times it's so much more than that. You can't leverage something that you don't know, right? We've all seen those memes, those funny videos where people go into the gym and are using the equipment wrong. And a lot of people do that with their credit. They're using it wrong. because they're not educated, or they go to a company because it's a big name, and then they don't know how to leverage it, manage it, keep it to be good, right? So if you still have these bad habits, let's just say you have a bad habit of paying your bills late. Now, one late payment on one account can bring your credit score down anywhere from 50 to 100 points. So a higher credit score, the bigger the drop. So say you don't know that, and you're like, you've been paying your bills on time all the time, which is usually what happens. And then you decide to say, I'm taking this vacation, I'm gonna pay this a little bit late. It's cool. I've never been late before. And then your point, it's drop 100 points, and you go and say, you know what? Forget this. Rent is going up, which we all know is the truth right now. And you say, I'm going to go over here and get this place. And they say, well, your credit score is bad, so we're not going to even accept you. Forget a deposit and all that other stuff. They're not even going to accept your application that you didn't put money out for and everything else. So what happens is, if the person knew, if they were educated, if they were in our program, we're going to teach you how to maintain good credit. We're going to make sure you know how to leverage it and become that smart consumer. So when you go out, you can say, I'm not going to make this mistake because I already know about it. I don't have to learn from the mistake because I was already taught, right? I didn't have to learn math because somebody was getting me out of my money and jipping me and be like, you know what, maybe it's time for me to learn math. I learned math first to know if somebody was jipping me or not, okay? Yep. So we don't want to wait until we got the worst credit ever, or we're trying to get the home and then we're like, we want to know before. So that's why we go for a free consultation. You don't have to be scared to be like, well, am I ready? Am I not ready? We can absolutely let you know, hey, here's where you can improve, or actually you're actually ready, and let's match you up with a lender and a realtor at no charge to you, wherever you may be, because we work with people all over the United States.
See?
So
there you go, y'all. Listen, she on it. She on it. She ready to help you guys. Now, I want to ask you this. Is there an age? Well, let me put it like this. When should we start teaching our children about credit? You got 2 little ones. So when do you start teaching them about credit and about all of the things with money management and everything?
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going with this, is that it's not just about credit. See, where people get it wrong is they think, oh, just credit, my credit score, credit score. The credit score, like I always tell people, is just a fancy dress, right? You can get in a club with the fancy dress on, but once somebody takes you home and want to marry you, they want to know what brains is up there, right? What's going on? The same thing with your credit. It's really about financial literacy, right? If you don't know certain things, those habits that you are having are going to continue, and then it leads to bad credit. Like when we look at a credit profile, that just tells a story of the relationship you had with money, right? So that relationship that you had with money over years and years have led to the credit profile you have, which leads to the credit score you have, okay? And so what you can do is, the same way we teach our children how to say hello, goodbye, and build relationships with their friends, is the same way you need to start building a relationship with money. For instance, I have an 8-year-old and I have a 10-year-old. I have a boy and a girl. For instance, what I teach them is, listen, we don't waste mommy and daddy's money. You can try something new out. So a lot of times we're like, a kid says, for instance, my daughter says, I want some Starbucks, or whatever the case may be. Now, we don't go to Starbucks often or whatever, but she was like, I want a Starbucks today. She's had it before or whatever. Fine. So I say, great. So you had this card that she has or whatever with money on it. No problem. You want a Starbucks? We will gladly walk you over here. You can get some Starbucks using your money. Somehow she says, well, yeah, I don't really want the Starbucks anymore. Well, why? Oh, it's spending her own money, right?
Yup.
So having those conversations with my 8-year-old to be like, hey, this is your limit. You can choose. Or just simple things like she loves gum. So sometimes we'll go to the store and she'll be like, yeah, I want to buy some gum. And that same gum is $5 maybe at Five Below. But now when you go to the dollar store, same gum is there. Maybe it's a few extra pieces of gum in there, but it's $1. I say, hey, do you want to wait until we go to this store? Do you can probably get, more for that amount of money? Or do you want to go here? You know what? I'm going to wait. It's having that conversation relationship with money. Just because we have it doesn't mean we have to spend it on that. What are we using it for? How do you utilize it? Same thing with my son in the games. We all know they love their game. Okay, great. So here's your limit. Now, I don't suggest I have the conversations. They have to learn how to make decisions. I'd rather them start making decisions at this age about something that isn't going to make or break them. So as they get older, they can start using their brains to think and be like, I don't think I want to do that. So for instance, my son, he knows he wants certain things in the game. Maybe I don't spend all my money on this particular game. Maybe I only spend a certain amount, you know how they V-Bucks and all these different things. And then if I want something else, I can do that too. Versus just saying, let me spend all on this, and then I don't have anything left over for what? School shopping and shoes. Hey, do you want to do this or do you want to do that? Making a decision. Sometimes it's tough, making those decisions. But when you get grown, you have those same decisions to make. Do I save? Do I invest? Do I put it all towards bills? Do I have a vacation? We have all these decisions to make. Sometimes we sit up there and cry too, like the kids when we don't get our way, like, I don't have it. But you have to start teaching them at every age the value of $1, what to do with it, how to build, learning. My kids ask me all the time, like, what's your credit score? What's yours? Why you in my, because they realize that they want to know. I'm like, oh, wow, how much is this? They look, I teach them all the time. They pick out their waffle. Well, how much is that waffle? Well, I don't know. Well, how are you picking up something? You don't know the price of it. Let's show you how to read the price. Is that a good value? Do you want this? Is it the same thing? Maybe I do want that brand because I'm a little picky. Maybe I don't, and I can have it this way. And each child might be different, but you have to allow them to know what things play a part in making those decisions when we go food shopping, when we're doing certain things that they can be involved in. It doesn't put too much pressure on them. When they want something, those are teachable moments, right? That you can say, oh, this is perfect time to have a conversation with them. Somebody has one time, they're little humans, that need to respect us as adults, but they're still little humans that have this brain that we want them to start making educated decisions about. So we have to teach them that way because, our generations, our parents, grandparents, they were like, stay in the child's place. But as we got adults, we was like, well, what is this? What is this thing? Money, bill, no.
I was just about to ask you, what is the phrase that is so disparaging to children when they're coming up that want to know more? Because I always, well, if I was in the car with my mom and dad and we're riding past and, every child, I think, in our generation has this story. Hey, Mom, can we stop at McDonald's? And it's like, but do you got McDonald's money? And it's like, but the thing is, it's like, teach me how to get that McDonald's money.
That's a good point. Let me tell you how this summer my daughter took a cosmetology class and she ended up twisting hair, washing hair, all this other stuff. So I told her, I said, you have to market yourself. No one knows you did hair. So in front of church, she said, just want you to know, I just finished cosmetology school. This is at 8, okay? Saying I do wash hair, I know how to curl hair, and I can twist hair. You market what talent you had, right? And so she got a few people to do it and let her do it, and she made a few dollars. Same thing with my son. He had his little shoe shining, shoe cleaning business. He was passing out flyers for small businesses like, hey, I'll go door to door for your business if you give me flyers for you, and you can give me these $2. Okay, now you earned this money. Now you have this money that you need. Even if it was working for mommy's business or daddy's business or whatever the case may be, you can teach them how to get that, because what I want my children to know and what they do understand now is that they don't say, oh, when I grow up, I want to be this whatever, right? In whatever industry. They say, oh, no, I'm going to own this business. Like I tell them all the time, like, where are you going to work when you grow up? And all, you need a job. They was like, I don't need a job. I'm going to own a business. I'm going to own several businesses. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Because what does our school teaching system teach, right? We're in uniform in school, right? All the way from elementary school on up. So you wear a uniform to work, you come to work, you sit at your desk, you do your work, you sometimes take work home, to get that done and bring it back to the boss and everything else. And it has to be like this between these hours. And so they're like conditioned for work environments. So now that they have mommy and daddy who is home, who's able to kind of make their own schedule, who's able to say, oh, this is coming up, you have a back to school event, mommy would absolutely be there and don't have to. So sometimes I'm like, let me check with the boss. They're like, but you are the boss. I'm like, dang it, can't use that excuse with the kids, right? But this is the conversations that they get to have because you're showing them. So sometimes the push when I started my business was in the fact that my kids needed to see it, right? So that they can be like, I I can do this. This is something that, I enjoy to do. So I always often tell them, like, what is it that you want to do? Get good with this craft now. We don't have to wait. There are millionaire 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds, 10-year-olds out there.
Yes.
Okay?
The little boy that has
And
the bow
my
tie
teacher can
company.
be one of them.
Yes.
And we have to be in mindset to set them up for success.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I want you to since I have you and have your time, and I know I won't have you for much longer, and I know, well, first of all, whenever you want to be on here, honey, just let me know, because I'll give you your own segment. Shoot, I could do that because it's my show. I do what I want, right?
I know that's right.
But first off, I just want to say your energy is amazing. I just know that when I first and I listen, y'all, I only know her virtually. We've never met.
Even though we were in the same state, same city.
Yeah, like we was in the same city and didn't get a chance to meet up with each other because of COVID and all that crazy stuff. But her energy is always on 1,000, all right? And she's so loving. And when we used to have our calls in the morning, she will always make sure that she gave us words of positivity and made sure that we went on with the rest of our day. She used to do that at 7 a.m., honey. We used to be up, okay? And she would give us words of positivity to go throughout our day. But it's so amazing to see someone who has their own thing going on, her own family, and she's doing all of these things, but she still makes time to make sure that she is helping every person that she possibly can with the knowledge that she has. Like, this is someone who is on it. And when it comes to credit, because I want to jump back into it, I know that, there you go, www.manifestmoreconsulting.com. You book a free consultation with her. She'll get you right. Personal credit, business credit. She is here for you. So please take advantage. Like, don't take advantage like in a bad way. Take advantage in a good way.
Take advantage of the opportunity.
On point. Listen, she is a 7-time Amazon 7 times bestseller. You know, she got things going on, honey. You got to get with it. All right. But jumping back into this credit, because I gotta shout you out and big up you and just lift you up, because I want you to continue on with your mission and doing what you're doing, because it's very few that will really jump in and fight this fight, because it gets so it wears on you sometimes, because you want to help, you want to do so much, and you want to give so much. And when people refuse your help or refuse what you're giving, you're like, why are you refusing my love? You're like, I want to help. But some people, like I said, you said, we both said it, the mindset, they not ready to be helped. They have a fear. They have, their ego, their shame. How did I let myself get into this predicament? I'm always so good with my money. How did it get away from me? A lot of people got impacted by the pandemic and they didn't know how to bounce back from it. So knowing that there's people out there like Anisha that's going to help you get back on track is like is a load off your mind. Like, you don't have to worry, because she's going to make sure that you get on the right track. Now that I got that off my heart and out there in the universe, let's get back into you, and I'm not going to keep you much longer. I just want you to touch on the things that can affect your credit score. Because I mentioned on my show before, but people act like they don't want to listen to me. So, hey, so you can talk about the things that can affect people's credit score, and also give them a word of encouragement, because we know you're an evangelist, so I know you got a word of encouragement.
Yeah, as soon as you were saying some things, I was like, man, what you were talking about when you give an invitation and people are rejecting, I was like, that's kind of like Christ itself. It immediately came to me. Like, I was like, I mean, he died for everybody and people still rejected him, throughout the entire time, still to this day. So I don't take that personal. I kind of enjoy and being able to say, let me push forward to the people who are ready. For the people who are ready, I'm still around. For the people who thought I wasn't going to still be here, I'm still here. Business is booming. It's growing. I lack for nothing. schedule is full out, so that's why I always do it. I'm offering free ebooks and free consultations because everything else is going good, right? I don't have to, scrape for every little nickel and dime that's coming my way because I want to be a blessing to other people, because I know how it felt, like I said, from being on Section 8, going from company to company, trying to get help so I can own my home. And guys, the reason why I love what I do is because I've been in these positions, right? I've been people looking me up and down and been like, oh, Section 8, oh, this is not a good job. I'm thinking, this wasn't help. I was on welfare. I was on food stamps. I remember having a vehicle where when it rained, I had to put one of my daughter's little swimmers up there in a little crack of my car, okay? So that way I can absorb some of the water. So, and today, to being able to live in the suburbs, move to another state, to have two 2022s with less than 4 miles sit in my driveway in a business name, to own commercial property, to do so many different things, to buy a six-figure home and only have to have $700 down and get a check back, to helping my husband walk away from corporate America. So all these things is because I had to know whose I was, and I also had to learn all these things. So you're speaking with someone from experience that came from the bottom of something, that some people would call the barrel, and be able to get up to where I am today with still more room to grow and more things to do, more opportunities. Most entrepreneurs won't just have one thing going on, right? Like you said, I wrote books, I've done different things, travel, speaking engagements, all these different things that come, but nothing beats the pure pleasure of educating people on how to leverage those 3-digit scores. So what I'm going to say before I give any information, I see that there's a few people on here. All I need you to do is press that like button for me a couple of times, because I'm about to give y'all some information. If y'all press that like button, that heart button, comment, whatever you do to make it known that you're here and you're listening, I'm going to give you some things that are going to really be beneficial to you. And if anybody's ever watched my live, YouTube, anything, been on my page, you will know I like to give not the basic information. So and if you're watching this later or anything like that, definitely put in the comments in here and be an encouragement to us to let us know that we're helping you. I see some stuff popping through, so I'm going to keep my word, and I'm going to tell you this. When it comes to personal credit, okay, personal credit is a very, very important thing. It helps you leverage your money. When you don't have money, make sure your credit is where it needs to be. And that will keep you from having to have down payments. It'll keep you from having to have large lumps of money saved up somewhere, or whatever the case may be. Like, to get a home and not have things like people think, oh, I got to save $15,000, $20,000 to get in my home is a no. That is not true. You can get home. We can help you. We have the right lenders to match you with, the right realtors as well, to get you where it's supposed to be. But I want to give your audience a little bit more than a personal credit, which is why I'm not going into too much detail. If you want personal credit, go on the website right now. Book a free consultation. It's at www.manifestmoreconsulting.com, and we'll give you a credit report analysis. We're going to show you exactly what the lenders will see, go over everything, teach you about it, and make sure you understand your credit profile and what you need to do to fix it and what we can do to help you if you want it. But at least you'll leave with a document that'll be emailed to you, so you'll have that to be like, okay, this is what I'm doing, this is what I need to get done, and we're going to help you. So if I'm going to give you free game, you might as well get that on a free credit consultation with me and my team, okay? But let me give you something that's going to blow your mind, is that you talked about how many people in the pandemic and all these different things, it just didn't go well for them, just didn't shoot out like they were supposed to, didn't take advantage of the things that were going on. And a lot of times what I found out was everybody's credit tanked, the money that they saved went under, they tried to start these businesses, right? Usually year over year, it's over 800,000 new businesses that are getting started, and a lot of them fell because they're using their own money, they're using their own credit to keep it going and doing different things and investing in it and growing, when what they need to have access to is business funding, which means you need to build your business credit. And there's some very simple steps that you can do. Business credit is built faster than personal credit. Business credit allows you to multiply how much money that you can have to work towards things. It allowed for me to buy commercial property, buy our home, buy investment property, get our cars for Toro, Airbnb. So many different things you can do with it and be able to help so many people. So what I want to tell everybody out here, I don't care if you are a person, okay? A person. You're like, I don't have a business idea. Your name is your brand. Get your write-offs, get your business tax credits, all different things that you can have just by turning yourself into a brand, turning yourself into a business. Not only that, then you can utilize that business credit and do so many more things with them. I'm talking about if you're doing Airbnbs, you literally can use none of your own money, none of your personal credit to fully furnish, purchase your Airbnb, to start the Turo business and purchase a car that is not in your name, no money behind. I'm talking about not small things. We just in June, before we moved in August, got a 2022 Chevy Traverse, a 2022 Mercedes-Benz off the showroom lot. That's what I mean by being able to do this. So do I own a car? Absolutely not. Do our business own cars? Absolutely. Are we able to drive? Absolutely. Do I own a cell phone? Absolutely not. Does my business? Absolutely. Get my drug. You're paying for things that you do not need to pay for. And if you can just see yourself as a business, if you can just see yourself start, and this is an encouraging word at the same time of giving you a hint to start your business, a hint to get that EIN number, okay? It's the same way when you're like, let that child be born in December, not January, so you can get all the write-offs and everything. Start that business in 2022. Don't wait until 2023. January 1st, 2023 is no magical date. Magic happens in 2022 for 2023, okay? You know, write-off taking all these different things. So what the encouraging word is, if you don't know what you're doing, if you're just at a business idea, okay, this is your sign. Don't wait for another sign. This is your sign, the confirmation, the thing you've been looking for, the Lord talking to you, the universe speaking to you all at once to tell you to go on www.manifestmore.com and either get the free Building Business Credit ebook, the definitive steps, and or book a free business credit consultation, because I promise you it's not going to be free. And y'all going to be pissed off and y'all going to be mad. And I don't want y'all to. So don't kick yourself in the rear. I'm like, dang, why did I wait? You're up right now. Do it today. Book that free business credit consultation. We'll talk about funding, because you can get funding as a startup business. You don't need to be in a business for 5 years or anything. And guess who I built Business the Fastest for? People who just had an idea. Because people who already have a business, they've messed up and we had to go back and fix some things. The people who just have an idea, we can do it all right the first time. Literally, I just said a couple of days ago with one of my new investors, first time or whatever, and he came to me. He was like, I got this business. I need business credit. I'm about to take hard money. I'm about to do all these other things. I said, let me introduce you to a realtor who's going to show you non-traditional way. Let's get you some business credit. Let's get you, you know, into the business credit program. And literally less than a month, he was already closing on his house, getting business credit to work on the property. You get what I'm saying? Instead of using his money to do certain things. So this is what leverage looks like if you just have the EIN number, okay? So don't tell me there's nothing that you can't do. Don't tell me you pissed off at work and your boss is going to, because you don't look pissed off to me unless you got an EIN number to work with and you booked your free consultation. Well, you know what I'm saying? And that's not an encouraged word. If that's not pushing you in the right direction, if I'm not trying to help you by telling you like, hey, this is what you needed to do, then I don't know, I'm giving you a free ebook, I'm giving you a free consultation, I'm giving you my time to say, let's do this thing. Because I want to see us win. And see, what people don't understand is that I've had new businesses. I'm talking about somebody having 9 to 5 with an idea. This is a whole nother client, one client at that. And we got him $5 million in real estate, a high risk industry that you can't get anything for but hard money, right? We helped him with his personal credit, business credit, and doing different things, and walked away from corporate America, okay? Good job. This is what we talking about. So that was just one person, let alone other people, and what we're doing for them. It's so many things you can just start just off of that t-shirt business. You're like, oh, I really want to do my t-shirt business, but I need all this equipment. It should be bought on business credit, okay? Every little thing that you do, every type of business there's business credit for that, okay? Stop doing the sole proprietorship and do an LLC, prefer over S Corp and C Corps, because unless you're making a lot of money, which most businesses aren't, you know, start at the LLC stage. Don't do your social where you're like, oh, let me put my social down, that's my tax number. Absolutely not. Get that EIN number, utilize it, and learn how to make every day, every move paid for by your company and get those write-offs.
Oh my gosh, y'all. Yo, if y'all ain't got a pen out and a piece of paper, if y'all ain't taking notes, what are you doing? What are you doing right now? She just gave y'all she gave y'all so many nuggets right now. So many nuggets. Y'all gotta book that free consultation and get more of them nuggets so you can build not only your business credit but your personal credit, get everything on track today. Don't wait until the last minute, like I shoulda, woulda, coulda, shoulda did it. Like, no. Get it done and
I got a
stop
surprise
wasting
too.
time. You know, YOLO.
Yes,
You get
I
what
got
I'm
a surprise
saying?
for your audience. Now, I ain't tell this to everybody. My marketing team probably is like, we ain't say release it, but I want y'all to follow me. If y'all not follow me, I'm telling y'all, follow me, put the notifications on. Because if you like, look, I really need to build business credit. I'm trying to do all this. I'm about to extremely, I'm talking about like 99% off discount a program and do a challenge out there to push you to where you need to be, have accountability, and to actually build your business credit and get it done and start you off right. And I'm talking about like pennies on the dollar on a program. So if you're not following when they release it, I know I can't release the date even though I want to. And you're not, I'm giving you some like insider information, then I'm telling you, you're going to want it and you're going to be like, oh my God. And so this program is going to be ground floor, groundbreaking. And if you're not in, then you're going to kick yourself later and you're going to hear your friends about it. You're going to see all these wins on the page and you're going to be like, why didn't I? Oh my God. And it's going to be a limited space because I want to make sure that the people that I'm interacting with wins. And I want to make sure I'm able to answer those questions one-on-one. I want to make sure that we are getting this done. So don't be the person that finds out and be like, oh my God, it was too late. Put the notifications on so you be like, oh no, let me take care of this right now and handle it. Okay? So that'll be happening for the month of October. So and we're gonna be releasing and dropping some little nuggets here and there. But if you ain't ready, you better get ready. Because them are coming, rent is going up, all this other stuff. And I just want y'all to benefit. I want y'all to be living mortgage free, rent free, somebody else paying, doing whatever, okay?
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
I
Yes.
thank you so much for your time, Inacia. Thank you so much for jumping on. You're so amazing. You're so innovative. You're so like you are the role model I want people to see out there. Like I want people I had to have you on the show. I was like, yo, if anybody can break it down, she know how to break it down. You get what I'm saying? And it's just something about you. People listen to you more. They don't want to listen to me. They are like, they're like, I put EB on there. Everybody want to tune in. You get what I'm saying? So I thank you so much for your time, for being on Think Different TV. And I'm about to hit you up because I got a business
I know
idea.
that's right. I know that's right.
And I know some business credit, you know. So listen, y'all. Pinned in the comments, www.manifestmoreconsulting.com. Book your free consultation today. Make sure y'all go up there to the tippity top where you just drop it down, follow Inacia Bradshaw, turn on your notifications, get all those nuggets. She is here for you. Even with her own personal life, she's making time to put you on track. So give her a play. You get what I'm saying? Don't play with her. Give her a play. All right. So I
I
thank
know
you
that's
so
right.
much. I appreciate you for being on Think Different TV. And
Thank you.
there's going to be so many more like this. I hope you ahead of time. You're going to be so busy now. People going to be hitting you up now. I don't know if you're going to have time anymore.
It's all right. I got a team. It's not just me. We got certified credit specialists, got a team going on to make sure that we have enough people to help and to be hands-on, dedicated credit coaches for people, so you're not like just getting thrown around or whatever the case may be. Check out our reviews, y'all. It speaks for themselves of how professional, how to follow. But the thing that you're looking for is already right here. And I just want to thank you for allowing me to be on Think Different TV with you, to help somebody think different, to manifest more, to do all the above. So thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, you are so welcome, and thank you. All right. Listen, guys, go and follow her. And I know you got to get to sleep. I know you got to get them babies off to school tomorrow. So I appreciate your time. And as always, stay blessed, my beautiful sister.
You too. Have a good one.
You too. Oh, man. I'm just so overcome with just graciousness for her to be on the show. Enacia is someone you do not play with. You pray with her, don't play with her, okay? She is amazing, okay? So go ahead and follow her. Make sure you book that free credit consultation or financial consultation with her today at consulting. I said consultation. Let me run that back. www.manifestmoreconsulting.com. Make sure you go ahead and book your free consultation. I think that's why I said consultation. All right. And that brings Think Different TV episode 35 to a close. This was an amazing episode. I'm like, my mind is just like, I'm probably going to be up for like another 4 hours just processing how amazing this show was. But I thank you. Oh, and you can feel free to call Enacia Bradshaw or text her at 877-234-1406. All right? I'm going to say that again. 877-234-1406. All right? And the website again is www.manifestmoreconsulting.com. Think Different TV was awesome tonight. Think Different TV is every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on IG. Soon we're going to be moving to a different platform, but for right now it's on IG, hosted by your girl LaShia. And you could be anywhere else, but you choose to be here with me, and I am so, so grateful. Think Different TV could not be made possible without viewers like you, and also our sponsors. So we're going to jump into our sponsors one last time for the night. Anointed Ads. Anointed Ads is a award-winning graphic design and website company. Over 14 years in the making, over 100 websites created, including his own www.anointedads.com. You can also find Anointed Ads right here on Instagram and on Facebook at Anointed Ads. That's ANOINTEDADS. That's ANOINTEDADS. He created the flyer for Think Different TV as well as the logo for our beautiful merch that can be found at www.thinkdifferenttv.biz. All right. He's also creating a website for Think Different TV as we speak. So when you're ready to get your flyer created for your show, for your event, for whatever you got going on, for your business, when you're ready to get your website created, he is here for you. So call Phil of Anointed Ads at 609-534-0237. That's 609-534-0237. And guys, we got another sponsor, Euphoria Water, day one sponsor, been around since the beginning, okay? Has the cleanest, healthiest water in Philly, alkaline water with minerals, no chemicals, none of the additives, none of that crazy stuff in it. All right, it's good and good for you. If you're going to hydrate, make sure you hydrate the right way. Get your Euphoria Water today, all right? And if you live in the Philadelphia area and you want Euphoria Water delivered to your door, make sure you call Captain at 267-707-8279. That's 267-707-8279. Not only will you be able to get that water that's great for you, Listen, it ain't got none of that. It's the original Purple Rain, okay? Because when you drop them drops in it, it be purple, which means it's pure alkaline water, all right, which is great for our bodies, keep us balanced, all right. And I forgot to mention this, but Anointed Ads, when you call them and you mention Think Different TV, you get 15% off of your first project. So make sure you do that, all right. Euphoria Water, so amazing, has its own promo song. We're going to close out the night with the promo song, as we always do right here on Think Different TV. Thank you so much. Like I said, again, Think Different TV is every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm your host, LaShia, and we out of here. What I want you to do is put your pure bottle in here. And if you got a jug, put it in there. Yeah, just like that, come out of it. And if you don't, I want you to. Yes, you can get a ship. Yup. You just want to see the hand. You see everything. Face flow. We probably not tight. But you know we so elevated high. But you know we so elevated high. When you sit, you know there's no better. I carry you too much better. This combination, I'm looking at it. So when you get me, you got to I've been putting on for the thing, yeah. You said you know, yeah. Bring the bottle of the head. I'm coming high, train with it. You carry her. Bye.